to now introduce our two hosts tonight. We have Integrated Presidential Director Youre Anderson. Youre, are you there? Let me get this off. Are you there?
Hi, Dr. Ray. Yes, I am.
Great,
Very
awesome.
excited to start the training tonight.
No, it's going to be great. And also Integrated Presidential Director Doug Wood. Doug, are you there?
Hey, Dr. Ray and Youre, I'm here.
Well, awesome. Well, listen, guys, I'm so excited. This is going to be a lot of fun for all you new coaches. You really you're in good hands. Really spend the next 45 minutes paying attention and focusing. These will be recorded, but what we want you to do is really get the most out of it. Write down your questions, and then they'll talk to you at the end. But make sure you immediately, or first thing in the morning, get a hold of your business coach and kind of decompress with them and find out what your next steps are. So, Doug, take it away.
All right. Well, thanks so much, Dr. Ray. Youre, are we ready to get started?
Yes, we are.
This is so much fun, and I'm gonna go ahead and share my screen. And as we're doing that, I just loved even the stories tonight as we really spend the next 45 minutes together, really understanding, how do we get started, and what the next steps might be. So, Youre, do you want to go ahead and get us started and maybe share a little bit about your background? I understand we definitely have a lot of new coaches on tonight, and then I'll take it from there.
Sure, great. Well, hi, everybody, and I'm Youre Anderson, Dr. A's wife, for those of you that are brand new and don't know me. And I just want to welcome you to this training tonight. And whether you're a brand new coach or a coach that's been around a little while but ready to really get going, we hope that you get all the information you need to really make a go of this and have a lot of fun and build a great business. So a little bit about me. My business story is going to be a little bit different from anybody else's because I am Dr. A's wife, and we started this company, or I should say it was on Wayne's vision, and I just loved it and hopped along. And it was just really knowing what we wanted, seeing what we knew this company could be, and just keep focused on it and really go for it and know that it's gonna happen. I did have a weight loss story myself because Dr. A brought some product home and got on program. And I had been struggling with getting off the last 12, 15 pounds, depending on the day, baby weight. And now my baby was now 2. So in 2 years, I needed to get back down to my healthy weight. And I hired a trainer. I spent a lot of money on him. I bought all Whole Foods. I went on like a diet, just Whole Foods diet that he put me on, low fat and all that, and maybe lose like a pound or 2 a month. And Wayne comes home with this amazing program and loses, I can't remember now, but it was a lot in a week. And so I got on it too. And very shortly within that first month, we knew that we had found the program that we wanted to share with the world. And that's really how we got started.
I love that, Youre. And, on behalf of everyone, thank you to you and Dr. A for really pioneering what we all get to be a part of and get to, I guess, reap the rewards of not only this amazing program, but how now we get to share it with the rest of the country and very soon the world. So like Youre was saying, my name is Doug Wood, and I have been a coach for right about 6 years, but I started the program 6.5 years ago, and frankly, I stumbled into it. I don't know about y'all on the line tonight, and some of you might be thinking the same, I just kind of signed up to lose a little bit of weight here. Next thing you know, I'm learning optimal health, and next thing you know, I'm beginning to pay it forward, and here I am, a health coach. Where's all this going? And, I think we have very similar starts because I just wanted to lose 20 pounds. Now, I went on to lose about 65 total, maintain that over the last 6 years, and now begin to pay it forward. Paying it forward has been one of the most, probably the best and the greatest rewards just because of the accountability factor. And so you're in great hands tonight if you're paying it forward to help the 5 or 10 people around you and maybe see where it goes from there. That's exactly how I started, and it quickly grew from there, and it's something that I chose to want to do full time. So my wife and I, Tia is her name, which I believe she is on this call as well. We've been full-time coaches with Take Shape for Life for right about 4 years. We've learned so much and helped a lot of coaches get off to a great fast start, and that's what we want to do for you tonight. So yes, there's a little bit about Youre and I, and we just want to say welcome, and let's just really dive into it. And one of the best ways we love to dive into it is really hearing from other coaches who are maybe even more recently just in your shoes. So I've asked 2 special people tonight. I think they're all special. But I've asked 2 people to come on tonight and share with you, as they were just in your shoes, I've asked them to tell you guys a little bit about themselves and their health coach journey. But also, here's what I asked them. If they could go back and speak to themselves when they were just getting started, just like many of you on the line are within your first month or 2, what are the tips that you would give your former self? Or maybe what would you have done differently had you known what you know now? So we're going to head out to Indiana first and talk to Katie. Katie, are you with us?
Unmute.
I'm here, Doug.
Hey there. Well, Katie, you heard the questions, and everybody on the line wants to know.
All right, Doug. Well, thanks first of all for having me, and I'm so pumped for the people on this line. You just don't even know what you've stumbled into. What an awesome, awesome organization to have the privilege to be part of. But the first thing I wanted to share just briefly of my own health journey. So I did the program starting in January of 2015. I did our Nursing Moms program. I lost 30 pounds, felt awesome. And I decided I just couldn't help but just scream it from the rooftops, wanted to tell everyone I knew about program. So I decided to become a coach. And I have loved coaching, but I will tell you I've stumbled along the way. One of the biggest ways that I've stumbled is that I really thought in the beginning I should reinvent the wheel. So I kind of gave my coach a hard time. I really tried to figure it out on my own, and I insisted I knew best. And then I realized about a month into it that I really needed to trust the system. And we're so lucky because we have the simple systems, which really just puts everything in one place, makes it really easy. Plus, we have awesome mentorship to help guide us and help us and help us and help us and help us. And the other thing too that I've come to realize is that these are real people sharing real life experiences and just doing life together. I think a lot of times we can get intimidated and think, oh my gosh, they've got this big business. They're just, we put them on a pedestal. We think we can never get there. And it's just so interesting that as you continue on in your health coaching practice, you know, everyone starts with the exact same $200 kit, and it's completely about what you want to do with it. You have the power within you to just spread that to everyone you know, to share a program with everyone you know, and really create a health revolution in your area. And it's pretty awesome what a person on fire can do to influence the people around them. So I just want to encourage you to share that flame with everyone around you, and just be a bright light in the lives of the people around you, and share program boldly, and do not reinvent the wheel like I did.
Well, Lori, isn't that the truth? I love how Katie said that, really about trusting the system.
Yes, and if your coach brought you in because they saw something wonderful in you, and so you want to make sure that you take advantage of their knowledge as you move through your journey and get your business up and going.
Most definitely. Katie, if we can go ahead and mute, please. Thank you so much. Well, next we want to bring on Lynn. Lynn, are you with us?
Hi, Doug. Yes, I am.
Hey, well, you heard the question, and obviously you just heard Katie too. So share with us a little bit about your experience and what you would love to go back and tell your former self, knowing what you know now.
Sure. Thank you. Just a little bit of my background. I actually lost 60 pounds a little over 18 months ago, and tried everything. And obviously the diet didn't work because I kept getting it back again. And so it was really a natural progression for me to health coach, because people were noticing around me what was going on. And I came from a professional career in a previous industry. And, you know, I learned a lot of great skills, but when I became a health coach and Take Shape for Life, I was very reluctant to learn the system. And I hesitated asking, you know, my candidate clients to even get on a 3-way call or a Zoom with them, because I thought that I was capable of doing it all myself. And I also thought that, you know, I really didn't want to bother any of my mentors or my sponsors. And so I came to realize that we team coach together, and they have the skills, they have, they're professionals in sharing our offering. And the great thing about it is that, you know, I really had to unlearn a lot of the skills that I had. and really start trusting and learning the system, because it really does work. And so when I did allow myself to awaken to the mentorship, I started utilizing my health coaches and my mentors. And really what happened was my business grew exponentially and consistently. And we have an amazing community of support where we team coach together. We're not on our own. And if I was to tell my previous self, or give myself any tip, it would be to reach out more and often to your sponsors. Trust the system because it works. And like Katie said, we don't have to reinvent anything. It's already been planned out for us. And the last thing again is everything is planned out. You set the pace and our mentors will set the course.
Lynn, that's beautiful. And I love how you said that. It's just really working with the system and working together through team coaching. Now, we're going to explore that a little bit tonight through sharing the program and things like that. But I love that, we're doing this together with all of us together as coaches. And that's one of the, greatest rewards. So Lori, you want to add anything to that?
I would just like to say, her saying that you set the pace and we'll set the course, and that is very important. If you're a brand new coach, don't get really nervous if you don't know how big you want your business yet or how much time. Talk with your coach. Tell them how much time you have to spend. What you're looking at, what your dreams are, your goals, and they'll work with you. Okay, nobody's going to push you to do anything, but if you're ready to go, we're going to help you get where you want to go. So just make sure you know that.
Exactly. I love that. Well, let's dive right into it, Lori, with, really what is possible in the next 7 days. One thing we need to obviously know is you don't need your health coach kit to get started coaching. Lori, sometimes I jokingly say that, we all ordered a health coaching kit, and I love how Katie said we all paid $200 for it. But the only disappointing thing is there's no clients arriving in that kit, right?
That is so true. And I like to get my brand new coaches. I love to see if we can't find a couple clients before their kit even comes, because there's going to be a few days in between there, and they're excited now. So don't wait for the kit. There's nothing in that kit that you need. All you need is your excitement and some friends to go and share this with.
That's right. And that's why we're going to spend the next few minutes with you really. Okay, how do we start a few clients before our kit arrives? And you might even be saying, so then what's in the kit? Well, it's going to be everything that we need to support the clients. But first, we need to, share the program with some other people so we can begin that process. And that's what we're going to do tonight. We really want to assist you to get right into action and assist the people that are around you and that are thinking about the program the most. So one thing I do want to let everyone know, just because sometimes it's kind of fun to know what to look forward to, is what's possible in the first 30 days. And Take Shape for Life, they reward us with so many beautiful things. One of them is they pay us well for supporting our clients. And so they do give us a bonus for supporting and assisting 5 people to get healthy within the first 30 days. Lori, you want to touch on that for a second?
Absolutely. What's great about this company is they want you to get right out there and don't hesitate, because you have a great story and you've got a great program to share with others. And what they have is they have what's called a client acquisition bonus. And this is a bonus that they will give to you for getting up and getting moving. And it's if you get those 5 clients and $1,000 in that frontline volume within your first 30 days, you'll get that bonus. And so on this PowerPoint you're looking at, we're going to say that each client is around $310 of your personal volume from each of their personal volume of each client. So times 5 is $1,550 of your frontline volume. So you will get 15%. And if this is like too much for you, just know that you'll learn it. Actually, I didn't understand a lot of this for a while. I just knew how to get clients going, and that's all I cared about. But anyways, 15% of your client support commission will be $232, and you'll also get a 5% client support bonus. So you add those two together, that's $312 of your client support commission and bonus, and then comes on your CAB bonus. So that's a $412 in your first 30 days, and that means you've already made back the investment that you put into your business kit, and also gave you some extra money to continue with your, you know, with whatever you need to put that money towards. So I just love that we have this offering for all our new clients.
Well, you said it right, Lori. It's like, you know, if you just focus on people, I tell you what, you really never have to worry about the income because they do pay you well. But for some of the numbers people, you kind of know a little bit about what to look forward to. And that really, if you follow what we're going to share with you about the next 20 to 25 minutes, we're seeing many people start 5 clients. Some of them are even doing it within 7 to 10 days, all the way up to 30, 35, 40 days. It's really not kept on time. It's just really getting into action and sharing the program. So these results start with sharing the program the right way. And why I say that is it's really about sharing and caring rather than selling and telling. And Lori's going to share with us for the next few minutes about what that might look like, because you might have a tendency of kind of understanding, okay, how do I begin to share the program? And we really wanted to take a few minutes here to make sure that you fully understand really how we apply the program to someone's wants and needs versus trying to talk someone into starting the program. So Lori, you want to take it away?
Absolutely, yes. You know, and it's very common for a new coach, because they're so excited, to just go and start blabbing everything about the program to their best friend or to their coworkers or whoever. But what we find is that, you know, it's much better if you do it that way. It's just like you're telling them everything, and then they're going to think you're trying to sell them something. And that's not what we're about. We're actually about finding those people who are looking for us that want to improve their health and their life. And so the best way to find that is really to build relationships and get to know them. So you might already know some, like first, you know, a few people, a handful of people that you know really well, and you know that they would be very interested in this program. So, you know, think about 5 to 3 people who could use this program and maybe have already been asking you about it, been watching your weight loss, kind of excited about it. So why don't we just take 60 seconds right now, and everybody take a piece of paper and pen or pencil and just write down right now 3 to 5 people that come to your mind that you would love to share with this first.
Now, I'm sure a few of you are writing a few names down, then you're beginning to scratch your head. And this is when we begin to kind of look at, okay, who's bumped into you at church recently and said, wow, you're looking great. Maybe they didn't exactly ask you about the program, but they complimented you. Maybe you're going to see some people at work today or yesterday. They've been asking, hey, what's that bar you've been eating? Those are the type of people that they're beginning to wonder. And so let's just take couple more seconds here. See if you can come up with 5 names of people that are probably close to you now. They probably noticed your weight loss, and that we could begin to apply some action towards. And one of the best ways that we want to share the program is that, in fact, I'm going to go back to, is that at the bottom there, you see it says your coach will model this for you. And it's actually with you and for you. You know, I would give anything to be able to go back and reshare the program with my friends and family in the beginning, because I did what Lori suggested y'all not do. I was so excited about the program. I'm down this much weight and you need to do it too. And I was kind of shoulding and needing on everybody.
Yeah.
And Lori, I kept going back to my coach. I'm like, why aren't these people, you know, doing the program? And he was like, Doug, they're not quite as excited as you are. They're not in fat burn. And 2, and he said it so nice, Lori. He's like, you know, that's why I'd kind of like to hop on the line and I'll do the first couple shares for you so you can kind of see what the rhythm looks like. But Lori, would you just expand a little bit more on really the why before the how? Because everybody is going to be asking us, or already is asking us, how does it work? How does it taste? How much does it cost? Can you touch on that?
Sure. And I find that I used to do this too. I mean, you just learn as you go. What's great for you guys is that all of us have done all the things that you don't want to do. So, but I put a couple ads in because when we moved to Annapolis, we didn't know anybody here, not a soul. So we really just had cold market, and I put a couple ads in this like family physicians magazine that sat in doctor's offices. So I'd get some calls about it. And at first I would go right into the program and all of that. But what I found is that I'm just selling something. I'm just trying to tell them about the program. So instead I would say, so what exactly are you looking for? And really find out what they want, what they're looking for. And you know, because I don't want to, I wanted them to know that I really care about them. And I just realized I'm not talking about the right thing. Sorry.
It's perfect. It's great. You know, the thing is that we have a lot of fun, don't we, Lori?
Yeah, we do. Okay.
We don't take ourselves too seriously.
Well, anyway.
So, but the great part of that, and I'll just pick up there, Lori, because it's so powerful to do this with your coach, and we want to give you some examples. One, there's a sequence of questions that we ask. For example, people are going to be bumping into you saying, wow, you know, Katie, Doug, gosh, you look good. What's this program called? Or, you know, how does it work? You know, all these how questions. And what we want to do is actually apply the program to their needs. And your health coach has supported so many clients, even though you know how the program works probably because you've done it yourself. But to follow the sequence of questions, it's kind of like a little bit of an apprenticeship. And so how we do is really Apprentice to Mastery through three-way communication. Well, obviously we want to, you know, why we do this is for you to learn and for your friend to hear and get the best in all of their questions answered. And usually it's best to do it via a three-way call. Obviously these smartphones these days are super smart, and you can do three-way calls or even a Zoom like this. And then of course, when the best time we can do it is anytime. And then, you know, really it's who it's for. It's to really invite your potential clients to, and we'll begin to, you know, take you through that course. So what would it look like to invite someone to a three-way call? Well, you could simply say, and again, I want to remind everybody, you're a newer coach. If you have less than 10 or 15 clients, you get to play the new card. That's fun. Why you get to play that is you get to say, I don't know, I'm just a brand new coach and I'm just learning the basics, but I would love for you to talk with me and my health coach together so they could see if the program's even a fit for you, and they can make sure you get all your questions answered. Again, it's in their best interest. And Lori, one thing I want to add, maybe you could touch on this. It's important to remember, we're not trying to sign up that client, although it often happens. So it's not like you're going to bring on your coach and they're going to talk them into it. You're going to actually hear the opposite of. We're going to discover, see if it's a fit, and you get to sit back and take notes. Right, Lori?
That's exactly right. Never go with an agenda. What you want to really do is you see something in this client or this candidate that we know that they would do really great on this program. But we need to know more about them, and what we'll do is, or what your coach will do is really open up what they're looking for, what it would mean if they lost that weight. You know, really have them realize that, yes, I do want to try this program, or yes, this would be a perfect fit for me. But we don't push anybody in it. We just try to find out what they're looking for, and then we'll present what we have and see if it's a fit. So never feel like anybody's going to be pushy, you know, when we do these calls together. They're actually just very, very helpful. And your candidate will come away knowing that they were being cared for, and they will get what they need to make that decision. Absolutely. And just remember, everybody on the line here tonight, that you get to be a new coach, and you're in learning mode, and it's in your friend or your coworker or the person you bumped into at your place of worship. It's in their best interest to have a more experienced coach ask them these questions, because it's really, we're profiling them to find out what their need is, what their why is. And we'll give you some examples here in a couple slides, but we just want to give you a couple more tips. You can screenshot these if you want. We're not going to get into the details on tips to invite a three-way call, because one of the biggest questions is, how much does it cost? And I love to answer with, that really depends on what your health goals are. Is there some time that we could talk with my health coach? We'd like to hear what's important to you. They can explain the program, answer your questions, and we can see if this is something you might be interested in. So you can kind of see the
the flow. These really aren't scripts, but they are some ideas to really start conversations. And what it's also doing is it's setting your program and this program apart from all the diet mess out there, huh, Lori? Because who's ever asked them about them? Normally people are like, here's my website, yes, go do this. And we're actually finding out what's important to them.
Yeah, there's nobody like a Take Shape for Life coach or the program to really help somebody, not only in their health, but really in their healthy mind and on if they decide to become a health coach. And their first point of reference is you, and then they're meeting with your coach on that 3-way call. So what I think what you need to do is just go out and try it and see if you don't think it's like the best way to explain this program to your new candidate, especially being a new coach.
Absolutely. And I thought you almost said their best entrance is to meet Wayne. And I'm like, yes, we would all love to have Dr. A with us when we're talking to our clients, but only you get that privilege.
I know, it's pretty good.
All right. Example of a share. These are just some of the questions that you might hear your coach ask when you start a conversation. One of the best things and I'm just going to kind of go through a real quick flow of my conversation, is I usually get on the phone with someone, I'll small talk for a second, usually life, kids, but usually the reason that we're talking that evening is definitely about their health. So I'll just say, tell me a little bit about where you're at and where you desire to be in your health. And it's really open-ended to where my encouragement is to get them to talk about themselves. Remember, the program isn't about us, it's about them and their goals. So some of the other questions you might hear your coach say is, what are you looking to accomplish? Why do you want to get healthy? When was the last time you were there? How will your journey to health affect the lives of those you love? What would life look like if you were there? What does a typical day in your life look like right now? How is your sleep? How's your energy? You can see it's taking it beyond just, I want to lose 20 pounds. And we're really going to a little bit of a deeper level and finding out what's important to them. Okay, Lori, should we change gears, or did you want to add anything to that?
No, I think you did a great job.
All right. Well, understanding what is best for our clients. Lori, after obviously being a coach 6 years and you for I think 13 now, we've learned a lot. But one of the best things that you're going to hear your coach talk about is, and really get our clients started off with the right pack, is we start every client the same with the optimal health pack. And what that has about a month's worth of food in it, and fuelings actually, has Dr. Anderson's Habits of Health system. And really, that is the best thing for our client, because, understanding that the food is just the tool to get them to where they want to be. Lori, you want to add to that?
Sure. The reason that this is the best pack, and it's also with the Be Slim Club, is because they get not only what Doug just mentioned, but they get a great deal, because the pack itself has the old pricing before it went up. So it's actually a better deal for them. Plus, it's everybody's favorites, and they don't know what they like yet. So it's best to do that. And then they'll also get reward points for their next order. So they're getting rewarded for sticking with the program for the next month. So it's the only way to go. I don't do it any other way. For a brand new coach, it's easy because it's just one click when you're placing their order. And I never let anybody just get like 2 weeks. I mean, they have to give it a full month. And it's the best deal if they do the full month. So I wouldn't ever settle for less.
And it is, Lori, because remember, clients don't know what they don't know, which is, we're going to talk about your website here in a minute. But before we go there, think about, I must say, we're not doctors, okay, as health coaches. However, think about the last time you went to the doctor. Most likely you put trust in them, and they gave you a suggestion on either a prescription or something that they needed. And I'm kind of being sarcastic here, but did you argue with them or did you challenge them? No, I don't like casts. I would prefer a brace. No, if the doctor recommends it, that must be the best. And I would encourage you, even though you're a brand new coach tonight or newer, work with your health coach. And remember, you're the professional, and it's you posture to them what is best for them, and they trust you. And if we give them lots of options, they'll pick and choose. And I could do a show of hands. In fact, I will right now. ask everyone what their favorite meal is. And I guarantee there's a lot of us on the line tonight. We all have favorite meals. How many of you love the peanut butter bar? I like it okay. How many of you love the oatmeal? Maples and brown sugar oatmeal. Some of you guys are smirking at me right now. Seriously, I start my day every day with the oatmeal, even being 6 years into optimizing. Why? I love it. But some of you guys are like, oh, disgusting. Could you see if I told all of my clients how amazing the oatmeal was, or vice versa with the peanut butter bar, and then they didn't like it? But that happens to be our favorite. So what we like to do, just like Lori said, is make sure we get our clients started with the favorites at the optimal pack. It's got the most popular items, and then they can choose what is better for their palate. But I just always love to talk about that. It's so important. Okay, next one is why it's so helpful to help facilitate our clients' order. And we're not going to spend a lot of time on that, other than I never just like to send people off to the website. I always like to help them facilitate that first order. And when someone says they're ready to get started, to get healthy, I'm always like, great, let's do the order right now. Let's get you started. I've seen so life happen by the time they get back home tonight. Okay, I'll get on the internet. In between then, the internet goes down. There's a tropical storm. Next thing the next morning, oh, I'm going to do that this weekend. They never got healthy, and they were ready at that moment. So when someone says yes, I encourage you guys, pick up the phone. You can call orders in to Take Shape for Life, or just hop on the website right then, assist them with their order, and they will be off and started well. Right, Lori?
That is correct. Yep.
Okay, and then a couple more here was why we don't send clients to our website. Website is similar to when someone says, can you send me more info? Usually when people want more information, it means they're lacking understanding, or they're afraid to tell you their decision is, I need to think about it. And we understand that sometimes sending people to the website too early can cause confusion. So the best thing to do is when someone says, hey, can you send me more info? Absolutely. Tell me a little bit more about what we didn't cover well, so I can make sure I send you the right information. And the only thing I do is work with your coach on that, but it's just that way you don't get into sending a lot of links and emails and back and forth. What's going on then is a lot of times people are overthinking and over-researching, versus the biggest decision is, do they want to be healthy? Yes or no? And often I sometimes tell people, look, I understand you're hurting with have a lack of belief right now. I'll believe for you till you can believe for yourself, because here in a couple of weeks, you'll be feeling great on program. You'll probably be down 5, 7, 8 pounds maybe. You'll be feeling great, and you can believe with me at that time. Sound like a deal? Let's get you started. And you can kind of move people through that process.
Yeah, I have to agree with you, Doug. All they really need to know is that it works, that you're going to be there with them, and that they're going to have, great results. And if they, until they make that decision, they don't need to look at the website, because it's so busy. There's so many things on there that they could get bogged down on looking at all that. You're just exactly right. They just need to make that decision that they're ready to get healthy.
Absolutely. And if they have a certain concern about something that they have a specific question on, you can often go onto your website, grab that link to just that section or that guide, and you could walk them through that, versus getting them lost into Google land. And as we all know, that's a dangerous place to send someone. All right. Well, last but not least, before we really talk about, okay, what are our next action steps? How do we really start these first few clients? I want to bring on Integrated Presidential Director Megan Valentine to really share with us the power of your story. So Megan, are you with us?
Yep, I'm here, Doug.
Hey there. Well, thanks for joining us tonight. And Megan, you have a unique story because it's much different than your husband's. And I thought, wow, could you just share with everyone tonight how powerful and unique each one of our stories really are?
Yeah, and I think that, these trainings are awesome and they're so full. I love that people in the chat are like, wait, you're going too fast. I can't get all these down in notes. It's good thing these are recorded, right? So what I love, though, is that the greatest tool I think we probably have is our own personal story. And that, for me, has always been the thing that I love the most, because I've never one time felt like I was selling anything. I kind of felt like Katie in the sense of, once we experienced the life change and the transformation that happened first in my husband, we couldn't not share about it because I felt like everyone needed to have this. And the greatest part is that you need to know and own your story. Because sometimes I think, even myself at first, I got a little intimidated and I was like, you know, Dan, I don't know if I can coach because my story isn't your story and my story looks different. And he said, but my story is part of your story. And what was awesome is that I knew for sure that as the spouse of a loved one who got healthy, that my life and my marriage and my family was completely transformed. And so being able to share with people just simply and truthfully what had gone on in our family, and the fact that I love being able to share, you know, hey, I got not only really the best version of my husband, but I mean, I got this whole new man. I'd never seen the one that I have now who got healthy. And so I'm just pumped. And so when I was able to share that and say that a few months into his plan, I started to get jealous of the energy that I saw in him and the benefits that he was experiencing. So even though I maybe didn't need to lose a bunch of weight, I was not feeling the way that I could tell he was feeling. And so I said, you got to put me on this plan. You know, whatever it takes, I want to feel the way you feel. And so being able to own my story, that maybe I was more of one of those, you know, skinny fat people. I don't know. But I had terrible habits and I ate terrible junk and felt terrible all the time. And I probably went to Starbucks 3 times a day, you know, but being able to get on plan for me was able to really not only create health for my husband, but us together cooking those lean and greens, our children starting to eat differently, the life change that happened in our family and in our marriage. I just can't hold it back. And so part of it is I'm passionate about my story. I'm passionate about that. And so being able to really take the time to maybe think through and know your story, because you want to be able to relate with people, because that's what's going to bring them hope. They see or hear something in your story and they say, oh, that's how I felt. That's how I feel. You know, when I say, you know what, my husband used to not really be social and he didn't really want to go out, and there was just, he was tired. He would come home after work and it would be hard for him to engage, and people begin to kind of recognize that, you know, or the lack of energy or the bad habits. And so making your story something that is relatable to others, but being able to bring them hope through the hope that you found, you know, sharing a snippet of life before, but being able to really focus on all that you've gained through the program when you share your story, that is so huge. And so then being able to really, I think, not lose them at the same time. So I think it's important to prepare your story, whether you practice it with your spouse or with some friends or whatever, kind of being able to say it in 90 seconds. Sometimes, you know, think about going from, you know, the bottom level of a building, you know, to the 16th floor or something, and you got 90 seconds to share with someone what's gone on in your life. Kind of preparing so that you are able to communicate your story to the checkout clerk at the grocery store, or if you get an opportunity when I'm out with other moms, you know, and live your journey out loud, because when you do that, it actually provides for people to see, you know, and want to ask you questions. I think often about, you know, moments when I'm on a field trip and me and my son sit down to lunch with everybody else, and our lunch that we pull out looks a little bit different than everybody else's. People say, oh, you're kind of healthy. And I say, well, you know what? We've been on a journey as a family. My husband lost 85 pounds and I jumped on this program, and we're just experiencing such life through choosing this lifestyle. And people go, oh, will you tell me more about that? And then I can share more of my story. And so living that out loud and kind of, you know, being passionate about my health provides opportunities often where I get to share my story. So the owning my story and knowing it and kind of preparing it really comes in handy. So I just encourage people to do those things, to live out loud, to be excited. You know, sometimes as clients, we're really excited. We don't think a whole bunch about our story because we're living it right now. You know, we're like, oh, you got to hear about this. I'm down 4 pant sizes, or I've lost this many inches, whatever. And sometimes then we become coaches and we almost freeze up a little bit, thinking that we have to, you know, make it sound more perfect, or there's a lot on the line, and so we have to be careful. No, you know, just be genuine, be yourself, share your story. You just kind of have this awesome new twist that, yeah, this is all happening in my life, to the point where I just decided to pay it forward. I want everyone to know and be able to have the chance to have this freedom that I've found, or this health, this healthy mind. You know, do you know anyone who's interested in something like that? That's the only difference as a coach. So don't freeze up. Don't worry about getting it perfect. Just be you and know that your story is ever evolving. You know, when I began to share my story on three-way calls with people a few weeks or months into plan, it looked a little bit different than even now being able to say, my husband and I do this full time, and we never thought that this could impact not only, you know, our body and our mind, but also our finances. And so it's so cool that our story is ever evolving. So just want to encourage you, just be passionate about your story. Know that you don't have to be like anybody else, that your story is what's going to reach other people. And so just go for it.
Megan, that was great. And you shared so many details, but probably one of my favorites is you're right. When we become a coach, sometimes we start thinking that we have to act all coachy, right? And
yeah.
Again, play the new card. Just, I don't know. All I know is this program works.
Yep.
All I know is it'll work for you. Or if they're asking, you know, or someone that you love, you know, you always take them off the hook and start a conversation. People are just looking for life. They're looking for something that works. They don't need the clinic detailed bio, whatever behind it. We'll leave that up to Dr. A and all those guys. We just have fun as coaches. We share a genuine thing with real people looking for results, and it's amazing how much fun we can really have. So thank you so much. Well, as we wrap up here with our action steps, wow, Lori, before we go into this, your story has also evolved over 13 years, right?
Yeah, it really has. And the one thing that that I would have to say is, the one thing about being in this business is you never know when you're going to meet your next client. And a lot of times it happens when you're least expecting it. And it could be because of the way that you're presenting yourself, or, you know, maybe maybe at your kid's ball game or something. You've made friends with one of the moms, and after a few times she's like, so, you know what, you always look so healthy or up or happy or this or that, you know, tell me what you do, or, you know, what's this about? And so you just never know. So always brand yourself also as being that healthy minded person. You know, if it's time to get the new set of clothes, don't wear your baggy old clothes anymore. You know, start wearing those fitting clothes that people see that you're losing weight, and, you know, have a lighter step, and just really get out there and share with other people in your heart. Not that you're looking for one person or that, but just that as you tell your story and meet up with people, the ones that are ready to go are going to come with you. And that's who we're looking for.
Yeah, they sure are, Lori. And I love that, because, you know, really as we head into our action steps and we really close out this call here tonight, is how we show up this week will really determine the results that we have and the opportunities that we share. Megan said it, Lori said it, about everywhere you go. I encourage everyone on the line tonight, everywhere you go this week. Are you a health coach? Are you choosing to be healthy? Are you living your health out loud? Health is attractive to people. Like Megan said, you stand out when you pull out, you know, the unique lunch. You don't have to stand out, but I can always tell when someone is on program or living a healthy life. They have this smile and this glow about them. Half the time it's just bumping into someone at Starbucks and saying hello. So moving forward this week, I encourage you, when people ask you what you do or say hello, I'm a health coach. You know, and I will share this last tip. One of the hardest things for me was I'm just going to go ahead and say my identity was wrapped up in my former career, which was owning furniture stores and being in furniture sales. So all of a sudden when I bumped into somebody and I was halfway through my journey and I was a new coach, they're like, what do you do, Doug? And I'm like, and then it was like, I'm a health coach. And they're like, really? What's that? Any other time I always said, I'm in furniture stores or sales. They're like, oh, that's cool. Give me a thumbs up. Yeah. But all of a sudden I'm a health coach. What? What's a health coach? It started a very unique conversation. And I encourage you this week, start conversations, begin living that part of your journey out loud. And then remember, when they want to know more, always say is, I don't know, I'm just getting started. All I know is this program works. We should hop on the phone with my health coach. They could probably answer a few more of your questions, and we'll see if the program's even a fit for you. you'll start so many conversations. And so here we go. Action steps for this week. Now, will you take the challenge? If you take this challenge and you complete it, I can't guarantee anything, but I almost want to guarantee you starting a couple clients this week, or maybe even all 5 of them in the next 7 days, like I know many of you will. So here's what we're going to do. We wrote down 5 names. Let's identify those 3 to 5 people about the program. Now, here's what we're going to do. We're going to be brave, and we're going to invite them to a 3-way conversation with your coach based on everything that Lori and I covered on the how tips. Tonight, all right, moment of truth. Tonight, if you're West Coast, East Coast, let's let people sleep. Let's send a text or a phone call and begin that process of the invite. It could be as simple as a, hey, you know my program, my health program you asked me today at work for? Let's chat about that tomorrow. Maybe we could set up a time with my coach and see if the program's a fit for you. It could be something as simple as that, but I want to challenge you tonight or first thing tomorrow is to send a text or make the phone call to those 5 people and set that invite up with your health coach or their health coach. Everyone has a couple different layers of support, okay? Utilize them for the 3-way calls. That's what your health coach is there for. Set up a good time that works for both. And then we're going to complete at least 3 of these calls by Wednesday evening. After those calls, I want to encourage you to debrief with your coach and you know, find out what you learned, and then also what went well. And then, of course, we'll come back together next week and follow up. We'll ask some questions, and we'll really apply some next steps. And, of course, the bonus is who's going to start 5 new clients by next Monday night. You do that, message us. We want to hear from you for sure. So we're going to close with just a couple things, Lori, but did you have anything on the action steps?
No, I think you covered it really well. Yeah, and the one thing that you do want to do is, and it's on here, I will just mention that, don't just do the call without debriefing with your business coach. You want to see how it went. They might ask you some questions and bring out some, you know, ideas for you to really watch for and look for your next call. So you definitely want to go over after the conversation is over. You want to debrief with your business coach to see what they thought, how the call went, and just bring out some pointers for you.
Yeah, most definitely. So a couple bonus tips is be ready to start a client at any time. Actually, we talked about that. I gave away a bonus tip early. And then after you've completed 3 to 5 calls with your coach, okay, you're probably ready to be sharing on your own at that point. But I really want to say I'm hesitant to even give this tip. You may explore utilizing social media to get the word out, and you'll want to find out on Coach Connection and talk to your coach about the guidance and the proper disclaimers. But social media is definitely something that we suggest after you've completed these 3 to 5 calls. So if you do these calls, because what can happen is you share too fast and too soon, you can miss some key steps, and you just have to go back and do a little cleanup. So we don't want to do that. And finally, a couple things. All these trainings and recordings can be found in Your Office in Motion on the training tab drop down. And last but not least, Lori, we've got a phenomenal event where we all get to come together and really learn the vision about Take Shape for Life and where we're going, and just learn and grow so much as a coach. You just want to touch on convention real quick?
Absolutely. There is nothing like convention. And it is the best investment that you can make in your business. And if you're a brand new coach or one that's just decided that you're ready to get going, you do not want to miss this. And you're so lucky to come in right now because it's in July. So it's very close from when you're just getting started. So there's a great, I don't know if it's on their website, TSSFLNationalConvention.com, I think, for you to go sign up. And it's just amazing. What we do is it's not all rah-rah. We'll go over a lot of great things that are going on with the company. And this year we actually have some very big surprises for everyone. So, I mean, big. So we're very excited to be able to share that with all the attendees. And then there's workshops. So there's workshops geared for whatever type coach you are, whether you're just getting started or you're in the middle of your business or you're a leader. There's going to be workshops for everyone. So not only do you learn about all the new things that are going on with Take Shape for Life, but you also can really go to the workshops that you need to build your business. And they're all taught by the top leaders in the company, so you're going to be learning from the best of the best. You're going to meet all of the corporate executives there that all help us, so much help us in the corporate headquarters. And you'll just be a part of the community that I cannot really explain unless you're part of a national convention. So we do hope all of you come, and I think there's like less than 200 seats left. So if you're planning, and there's a rookie, if you're a brand new health coach in that first 30 days, you actually get a discount on your convention ticket. So go to the website and look at that. I think you get like $100 off. I meant to look that up, but I forgot. But I think it's like something like that. It's a great, great deal. So you're in your first 30 days, you want to take advantage of it. And we hope to see you all there.
Yes, we invite everyone. So, well, Lori, this was a lot of fun tonight. I just encourage everyone on here tonight just get into action. Let's share this beautiful program with all your friends and family. Do these three-way calls this week, and we'll come back for next steps right here next week. So on behalf of everyone tonight, I definitely want to thank Katie and Lynn. And of course, Lori, you've been a great co-host. Thank you. Megan, what a fun evening, right?
Yeah, it's my pleasure. It was really